Just a couple more things to do and this video series will be finished. Something in the old guide that I'm going to add now is after each paper was collected, the enemy would start to follow closer and closer. So all I've done is just move the player close to the papers and move the enemy behind to kind of decent distance. Probably a bit too high up in here. Okay. And I'm going to be looking at this minimum range and maximum range. We're going to be starting off at the maximum range and then start creeping in the minimum range a bit closer after each paper is collected. So that would start on the collect papers script. Now, that's a good point. Music clips, yes. This is audio playing audio on an audio source. So this script requires a component. So the script require component audio source. Okay. Definitely need an audio source to tell it to stop and play. Right. Now for reference to the MPC movement script, so that we can tell it to reduce its minimum follow range. So enemy script, which is MPC movement. So better check in the start if we have that. And that'll just let us know. I won't bother hitting game object find and get component here now. So if we have reference to the enemy script, which will tell us that we haven't put it in the inspector if we don't, destroy the paper, tell enemy to follow closer. So the enemy script, and we'll create a function on the enemy script called reduce distance. Better create that function. Save that. Yeah, we better create that function here. Now to reduce distance, we're going to reduce distance by an amount. So let's just make a private variable reduce distance amount of type float, and then we better calculate that. So calculate that at the start. So reduce distance amount is going to equal, I'm going to say the maximum square range minus 4. So the closest he'll get is 4 units away, and divide that by 8 papers to collect, but on the 8th paper it's game over, so I think that's 7.0. That should calculate that. Alright, so when we're reducing the distance, we're going to be reducing the minimum range. Maximum range square, no, maximum range. Alright, so it's the maximum range minus 4. Why did I put that? I meant maximum range. Maximum range minus 4 divided by 7 will give us a distance. Okay, so maximum, and now this is the minimum range minus equal reduce a distance amount. Then we have to recalculate the minimum square range for our square magnitude checks for if he stops moving. Okay, so reduce distance, it's called when a paper is collected. Minimum range is reduced by that number, and then the square range is recalculated and then used further in the script. Okay, that should be it. Now I've got all my sounds in there, haven't I? Player. Alright, so I should be able to set these to null. So there'll be no audio. last one like the heartbeat sound. Okay, so we follow the enemy, and we'll check every time I pick a paper if he starts to follow a little bit closer. No enemy, there we go, so we've got a warning. No enemy script in the inspector. Yep, that's why we do things like that. Let's try again. But he's coming into the 4, that's the other thing we have to do. That should be 35 then. That should be in the slender logic too, actually. That's all calculated at the start, so alright, just leave it for now. Get to 35 and stop. Pick up a paper, gets a little closer. Okay, so each paper he starts following a little bit closer. Okay, so my music has started. And there we go, by the last paper he's really close. Okay, so that's adding that. Also there was something else that was included in there too. Was somebody in the forums wanted to make him start to move faster after each paper is collected. So I've already got the collect paper set up, reduce distance. You could simply add it in here. Again, you can set up a variable increase speed amount. Alright, let's do that. Variable increase speed amount float equals, let's just say half unit here. And then, where do we use the speed of the player? Move speed. Let's say move speed, add to move speed the increased speed amount. So at the same time he would reduce the follow distance and he would start to move faster. And that's about the last of the functionality. That's everything that was existing in the old guide. Yep, that compiles. So, alright, we'll play that one more time and we'll watch this move speed get increased too after each paper collected. Collect the paper, 6.5 on the move speed. 7 on the move speed, so he's getting closer and he's starting to move faster.